This is Will Powers, founder of MyLottoData.com. Uh, what you see now is the AI portion of MyLotto Data. The tool uses AI technology as a predictor to find the next winning number. As you could see, the green is synonymous with the next winning number. This 3997 essentially tells you that from this 6727 profile, the tool was able to accurately predict the 3997 next winning number for the evening. Um, One of the reasons I like using the AI portion is because it does have multiple winning numbers in its list profile. But you can also see within that list, sometimes the return list of number is very high. So to me, that's not very efficient to play that number, that many numbers in order to get the win. So the RBTL AI feature is exactly just that. It uses that technology to find the next predictive winner. Then there's some other tools, um, C draws by the month is a consecutive draws. The C stands for consecutive draws. Again, you see the list is returning very high, but you can reduce this list down to just the top pairs that it finds. And also, the tool has a way of listing just the top 3 months uh, for a hit count, for example. And you see as a result of that, the list is a lot smaller. Again, this is just another algorithm used by the MyLotto data technology. We also have a roll up. This allows you to look at the pairs, a little more granularly. You could see that which pairs are trending more than other pairs. Again, this is just for a pick four. Um, and you can also look at the sums roll up by state. This shows you what pick four is also doing in terms of the sums. You could see here for 4 days straight, you had a sum of 19 appear consecutively. How you would use that data once you got to the third trend of 19 um, is sort of evidenced that the next draw would also have a sum of 19. You could see that here. And it also shows you the remaining list of 19 sums, numbers that equal 19. These are the remaining lists that you can use in your data profile. Um, the C pairs on a date is similar to the C pairs roll up, but it shows you not just by one state, but several states that match that criteria. C sums on a date it's the same thing. It shows you not just one state, but multiple states that match a criteria. So instead of having to look at one state, by uh, singularly, you can easily go to this chart or this report and look at states specifically that are trending. The compare states tool allows you to look at states comparatively. For example, you can look at states that also have similar number profiles for the date range over here. You can also do that by pick five, and you see it immediately switches. You could do pick three. The expectation there's going to be more data here because pick three is a lower list of numbers. Um, you also, this is by state. This is all history. So for since the beginning of pick three, You see, you have all history since the beginning of the game, going back to 1988. If I were to switch this to pick four, I automatically know the game started in 1991 in July. That's an all history tab. And let's see if I go back here. Let me go back to, why is this not closing? Oh, I could look at a triads analysis. This allows me to look at a pair of numbers per 3 digits. I can look at also pairs. This is a 2 digit analyzer, and this is a combination analyzer that allows me to look at 4 digits that have trended. Game results is a comprehensive tool that allows me to look at all data by state. Again, my lotto data is different because we have data since the beginning of the game. So the tool allows me to look at states individually and states by game. You could see, I could look at all games, for example. If I wanted to also take a look at some Powerball games, for example, my Lotto data has those games too. For example, if I was just to put in P like that, you'll see Powerball will come up, um, just for this date range, by the way. Well, this pick three. I'm sorry, I should have put power or something like that. Uh, it's going to come up with Powerball now. It's just searching. Yeah. So Powerball. So we have all the data since the beginning of Powerball. Uh, and if I wanted to export this data, I could to a spreadsheet form, a CSV format. I can also look at data, past winners, um, like stacked on top of each other. The reason there's value in this is I can see what that data has been doing historically. Also, if the data repeated, you would see a two here, and you see also a sums column. Outside of that, the report feature, I think, is pretty powerful, but the real um, meat and potatoes of this tool is the algorithms. What makes MyLottoData special is that it looks at data trends that you normally couldn't see by the naked eye. For example, I think I communicated a little while ago that there were consecutive sums. There was a consecutive sum of 19, and you see that a total consecutive sum of 9. Again, if you know sums are trending for 19, the next play would obviously be a sum that equals to 19. You could see in red, it's telling you the current trend is a sum of 22. So the expectation is for another trending sum of 22 to be realized. Um, this consecutive pairs shows you pairs that have been trending. So similar to what you saw under game results, this is more of a state level look at what's been happening in the state in terms of consecutive pairs. And then top digits. You could see that based on this pick four profile, the top digits have been 33. So if you were looking for the next number to play, you see that 37 has been trending more than any other number. Additionally, you have different algorithms like RBTL list view, sums 2.0. So if I were, for example, this is sort of like the base level algorithm, but you can see how the sums of 19 were trending very heavily. So if you were to select this particular profile, sum 19 profile, you see these are the remaining list of numbers that you would expect. You exclude the ones that have come out before, and this would be your remaining list of 19 numbers that have the sum of 19 to play. But there are even more powerful algorithms, ones that track the interplay of the numbers that feed off the next winning number. Like I know you probably, oh, this is probably another tool. This is a neighbor's tool. This is actually pretty powerful. Let me explain this a little bit more. This is actually more powerful than I should have talked about it more. The tool has a way of recognizing the next winning number by looking at the number that had occurred before. Let me explain that a little better. So, for example, let's say the number 545 was drawn and it's the last number in uh, let's say it's the most recently drawn number and you're saying to yourself, what number do I play next? Where, well, the software has what's called a neighbors function that says, give me everything that had a 545 in its history and look at the number that was adjacent to it. So you see 545 here, but if I scroll up, you'll see also other times in the past where 545 has occurred. And you'll see right next to it, you'll see a 418, and you'll see a 867 here. But if I were to go a little higher, you'll see there's a 834 and a 495. Well, as it turned out, 834 was the next winning number. So you'll see it better here. So if I selected 545, which I did, the tool gives you a list of numbers to play. You see the 483 there? You see how when I selected 545, the tool automatically knew that there was another 834 number in its history. That's super powerful, very powerful. It also does it. There was a couple of other times it did it. You see here 291 occurred in most recently, and the tool said 728 was your next win here. But you can also see how if you scroll up, 782 was another time that was adjacent to 912 or neighbors of 912. So that's also super powerful. That's called the neighbors strategy. And last but not least, the truth table. The truth table is probably one of the most comprehensive tools with MyLottoData. Its genesis was to follow the number patterns, looking at the number patterns of the data and trying to understand, what the next number was by trend. When you see a lot of, I can just put this on the current month, and what it tells you is what it tells you is by red, which numbers have trended the most. I mean, you could physically see it. You could physically just see it. Which numbers have been trending more than any other any other number for this month alone. This is how I get probably the most of my wins using the truth table. If you see a lot of highlight in red, the tool tells you that the number that preceded it produced the next winning number. It's probably hard to tell, but this number, the list here, you could probably see it 653. You could see how the 7528 was right here, which was the next winning number, and this 5287. You could see how the next number was 6277, which was the winning number. So the technology in My Lotto data is unsurpassed. And we still have more lotto algorithms that we add frequently, as a data tool that charts, how the the patterns of the numbers trend. So my lotto data is unsurpassed. It's the only tool out there that charts data trends this way, and making it easier for lottery enthusiasts, to play and win. Thank you.